US Open 2019. Tiger Woods has no time for ceremony as he grinds out solid first day at Pebble Beach. Pebble Beach, things looked dire on the 14th. Tiger Woods had Woods was 1 under heading to the 14th, a solid score but 4 back of the early lead. Taking a big number, not that it would have mattered, right? He completed his that is true. Except Woods, as the yells continued, Woods walked off the green toward the 15th tee and slammed his putter face into his palm. Heart flagellation. Tiger Woods shot a 1 under 70 on Thursday afternoon. Even with bucking the, but that score doesn't come close to encapsulating the grind of Woods' round. That included Woods, who had birdies at the 4th, 6th, and 7th. A double bogey, All things considered, Woods hit an okay recovery shot, going over the green to give himself an uphill up and down chance. But his third went. The US Open has a habit of inducing self-inflicted mistakes. The key is not it's a feat impressive in itself at the national championship. More so, when arguably the best second shot player on tour. He finished first in strokes gained/approach last year, ranks first in GIR in this season. Woods and his irons weren't on speaking terms Thursday. Check that. That's supposed to be capital punishment at Pebble Beach. What it lacks in yet the 43-year-old was undaunted by his iron play. He nearly holed out. It was a short game tour de force. And also a stark, It wasn't pretty, and that type of scrambling display is unsustainable. Conversely, a quick turnaround awaits, Woods teeing off at 8:24 a.m. on Friday. Hell do so off, weave. As Woods walked off the 18th, a fan yelled, "They."
Raindrop, truck top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park.